There is plenty to do in Sarajevo. The best way to explore the city is to get to know the city first, and you can do it by taking one of the free walking tours. And that's exactly what we are going to do. And after you complete the tour, just have a walk around without having a proper like a plan, and just enjoy the city, because you will pretty much see all the aspects of the city by walking around all the streets and alleyways. And you can then meet this guy as well. Wow, it's like stepping into a different century, isn't it?
I guess this is the old town, but as soon as we enter it, the smell of bakery items, I guess borek, it's just all over the place, and I started to feel hungry.
Can I get this one? Thank you.
I think it's a chicken wrap with cheese and some pickled vegetables. Oh my god, it's so delicious. The stuffing that is inside, that's pretty good, of course, but the, I guess, pita bread or this wrap, that's another level.
We are back with our free walking tour, and we are going to give you some insights of the city. And the oldest record of the city is from the 10th century, and afterwards the Ottoman came and they ruled over the city over 400 years, and then it was conquered by the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and they ruled over the city for like more than 4 decades. And afterwards, it became, after the World War I, it became a part of Yugoslavian Federation. And after that, in 90s, after almost 5 centuries, the country became independent. But only after becoming independent, in 6 weeks, the city of Sarajevo came under a siege. Now, it's a lot of history. We are not going to go deep into it, but this was important because what we are going to show you today is part of that Ottoman Empire and from the Austro-Hungarian Empire. So this is the main square of Sarajevo city, and we are right now in front of this wooden sort of a fountain, and it's one of its kind. It's from 18th century, and there are plenty around the city, but this is the only one that is left. It's called Sebili, probably I'm pronouncing it wrong. The city has changed a lot since the old times, but this alleyway is exactly like how it was many years ago. So this is like a coppersmith alley. They have tried to preserve it as it is, and some of the coppersmiths over here are from like 4th, 5th old generation. So they have passed on these skills and tradition, and they are still doing it. Our guide also took us to one of the shops, and that tradesman is like, I think, the 3rd generation, and his nephew is the 4th generation. But like as a profession, what makes you do this? But especially you are exporting the copper.
Yeah, but we export the copper, but we make all of these details, so it's like a handmade. I really like to work with my hands. How to get to that part? How to get?
We also learned from our guide that after the siege, when the city became free, these sort of bullet shells, they were everywhere, like millions of them around the city, and they took sort of an innovative approach to make this as like a souvenir. So whoever could turn this into a pen, they turned into the pen, or like these craftsmen, they added this design and started selling that as pen, or like just fancy bullet shell. Yeah, and they are sort of recycling those negativity, or turning those negativity into something positive or something to remember for.
We just finished our free walking tour, and oh my god, our tour guide was just amazing. The stories he was telling about the Sarajevo and the wars and the whole history of the Sarajevo, it was so interesting that I forgot to vlog, to be honest, because I just wanted to keep listening to him.
Yeah.
And look, it's already 12 o'clock, so we are gonna eat something. And we are going to a traditional restaurant to try a traditional food called Ćevapi. Then can we have one of this one?
Yes, of course.
And I guess Ćevapi. Yes.
We're not saying it.
Maybe 10 pieces. Yeah. We are in the restaurant called Nune, and apparently it's one of the oldest restaurant in the old town of Sarajevo. And oh my god, the food! Look, we just ordered it. I haven't seen anything yet, but they put some pictures, you know, and the smell of the restaurant. It's so amazing that I can't wait to try.
Awesome, thank you.
You're welcome. Serve for you stuffed double flat meat burger. Now pita bread. Enjoy. Have a nice meal.
Thank
you.
If you need anything, let me know, please.
Sure thing.
What do you think about the smell?
It's incredible. And if you haven't noticed, I am gonna have meat heavy lunch today. And honestly, I can't wait. This is how you eat Ćevapi. You take like a pita bread, you put a good layer of the local cheese, then you take a piece of meat, put over here,
Get some onion.
get some onion inside, or you can just take a bite later on, and then you take a big bite like this. Trust me, your world will not be the same.
How was your meal, babe?
Very meat heavy, but very satisfying. I can't believe I say this, but really good. I'm glad that we are doing this now. We are eating traditional food wherever we go, because you must. Thank you for feeding us so well.
It's our pleasure.
We have been traveling Europe for the last 4 months, 5 months. Yeah. And I can officially say that this meal was the best meal that we ever had in Europe.
Arguably.
We have come across the life-size chess board, and all the local people, they are playing the chess. And I guess,
It's a collective chess. It's not two people chess. It's
Yeah.
like community chess.
yeah, I guess.
Love this.
Our guide just told us a 19-year-old boy was standing right here when he assassinated Austro-Hungarian heir Franz Ferdinand. As far as I know, World War I started because of this very moment. And I read somewhere as well, World War II was also the extension of World War I. So if this assassination never happened, World War I and World War II never could have happened. And the geography of the Europe could have been totally different. So in future, if the time travel exists, then if you can please come to this very same spot in 1914, and if you can please save Franz Ferdinand, then you can actually save thousands of lives that were lost in World War I and World War II.
It's millions.
Millions.
This is like a very famous landmark. This is the Sarajevo City Hall. That used to be a library, but now it's like a library cum museum sort of thing. And basically in 1992, when the siege happened, this whole building was burned down. And this is sort of a legacy. As you can see, it's from the Austro-Hungarian Empire. The building was burned down, and over 2 million books were burned. But then after the siege, they sort of constructed the building as it is, like as pre-war, and now it serves as like a very iconic spot in the city. The best area to stay while you're visiting Sarajevo would be around the old town. I wouldn't recommend staying in the old town because it gets pretty crowded, and yeah, it just sort of takes the whole experience out of it. But we are staying like only 10 minutes away from the old town, and we are getting like a bit of both world. We are getting a taste of all the local shops. We went to this pub or like cafe the other night, and it was,
the beer was only 3 mark.
yeah, and it was filled with locals. So you get like taste of these local places, and you are only 10 minutes from the old town. So you are not staying somewhere very crowded, but at the same time, if you are gonna stay in the hostel, then I think Old Town will be the best option because everything is on a walking distance. The interesting part of this very spot is if you are standing here, then you are seeing Ottoman era, right? And just across me, it's like the Austro-Hungarian architecture. Just over there, it's like socialist or like the Yugoslavian era's building, and just over there, it's like modern architecture. So this is like a meeting point of all the different era that the city has seen, which is just amazing. And if you remember, we have done similar thing in Sofia. So if you haven't seen that video, I will put somewhere over here so you can watch it after this video.
Do you see this? It's called Sarajevo Roses. This marks made by the Mostar shell explosion during the Bosnian War in 1990s. Later on, they filled those marks with the red resin to tribute whoever lost their lives during that siege. And this marks also shows the resilience and the spirit of the Bosnian people.
So usually we advise you to look like up and around whenever you are in Europe, but when you are in Sarajevo, look for these marks. They are not pretty much everywhere, but in the old town you will see a few, so don't forget to look down.
I'm standing on this line that separates the Ottoman Empire and the Austro-Hungarian Empire. On my left hand side you will see the architects of Ottoman Empire, and on the other side you will see the architects of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. So this is the line that is separating both. So you see that clock tower, at the moment it's showing 10 past 11, but it's actually 5:30 in the evening. So that clock tower is showing the clock cycle from the sunrise to sunset. That's a 12-hour clock. So when that clock is gonna hit 12 o'clock, that means the sunset has happened, and in the morning the same clock, when the sunrise happened, will start from the 12 o'clock again. So it's like a 12 o'clock cycle. I hope that makes sense.
There is plenty to do in and around Sarajevo. So there are a couple of like mosques or Orthodox church or cathedral that you can check out, or you can like go a bit further, like outside from the old town, to see Tunnel of Hope and 1984 that turned into some sort of like a sniper rally, and all those areas up on the hill. Or you can go to the White Fortress to just for a hike or like an aerial view of the city. But today we just decided to explore the old town and this side of the area by foot. And if you are only spending like one day, then I think that's the best way to ease into the city. Right?
Hi.
Bravo.
Oh, hey.
What is the interview about?
It's not an interview, it's like YouTube. YouTube channel. Yeah, we are vlogging about Sarajevo.
Can we subscribe on
Yes,
your
of course.
YouTube channel?
So, she will like,
Nemam internet.
Please,
We are from Serbia.
Wow, really?
Yes.
yeah.
Wow.
Did you been in Serbia?
Honestly, the original plan was to go to Serbia after this, but now instead we are going to Croatia.
In which city in Serbia?
we're gonna go to
Bel-
Novi Sad and
Belgrade?
yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Belgrade is capital.
Capital,
city.
yes, yes.
Yes.
Wow.
But hopefully one day we'll go back. Not go
Yeah.
back, but we'll go over there.
Go over there.
We
Are you
hope, because Serbia is beautiful country. Maybe
Yeah, for
maybe
sure.
even beautiful, better and beautier than this country.
And now we are going towards the Yellow Fortress. It's high up on a hill, so we will be able to look at the city of Sarajevo from up top.
It's like an Instagram trap. What is this?
There is another spot as well called White Castle, but I guess it's more of a hike, more than this Yellow Castle. So I guess everyone decided to come to Yellow Castle rather than going to White one.
So we walked past the Yellow Fortress and found this little spot.
Okay,
No one is around, and you get to see like the most beautiful view of Sarajevo. So hot tip, forget the Yellow Fortress. I mean, go there, have a look and quickly come out of it. Go straight, like there is a narrow alleyway. Go into that, then you'll see a cafe, a point of view cafe. Now you don't want to spend any money, you are on budget, so go past that cafe, keep walking, and you'll see this sort of fence and you'll see this view. Come here instead.